So our goal with this video is to go ahead and come up with some common language in which to describe what we're going to be finding and uncovering throughout this course. And so when we talk about the difference between a sample and a population, statistic and parameter, descriptive versus inferential. Now, to begin with this, we really need to understand that when we do statistics, what we actually want to know about is what we call the population. The population is the full group of concern. So, for instance, it might be all students at Loyola. It might be every dog in the U.S. It could be every tire sold last year. So the important thing here to understand is that when I talk about wanting to do a population, we're really concerned with all or every. So it's the overall group that we're looking at. The problem with this is I can't ask all students at Loyola a question. I can't find every dog in the U.S. I can't find every tire sold last year in the U.S. And so statistics is about wanting to draw conclusions about the population and settling for the fact that we can only take a sample. Sample is a group selected from a population. That is, I want to know about this large group over here, but I can't go ahead and survey all of them. I can't ask all of them a question. So what I do is I go ahead and I select a couple of them, and I pull them aside and I ask them. So that's what we call a sample. It's a group selected from our population. For instance, if I want to find out about all students at Loyola, I might ask 10 Loyola students. So 10 Loyola students would be my sample. I can't find all the dogs in the U.S., so we might find 20 dogs. I can't find every tire sold in last year, so for instance, I might sample tires from 10 different shops. And let's specify here. I'm going to sample 100 tires from 10 different shops. Now, once again, the main difference between these two here is the fact that I want to ask everyone, but I can't, so I'm settling for 10 instead of all Loyola students, or 20 dogs instead of every dog, and 100 tires rather than every tire sold last year. So the sample is just going to be a smaller selection, well, let me rephrase, a selection of things from my population. Now, when I go ahead and I describe these things, what I want to know is the parameter. The parameter describes the population. So the parameter is what I want to know. It's the characteristic of the larger group, the characteristic of the population. For instance, it might be what percent of all Loyola students take out loans. So this could be the thing that I actually want to know. Now, personally, they're not going to tell me, exactly how many students have loans, and so while I can't ask everyone at Loyola how many of you have loans, what I do is I go ahead and I settle for the statistic. The statistic comes from the sample. For instance, if I want to know what percent of all Loyola students take out loans, I can find what percent of the 10 students asked took out loans. So, parameter refers to the population. It's the characteristic I want to know about. Statistic comes from the sample. It's the thing I'm settling for. And what I can do is I can use this to make a guess about exactly what my parameter is.